Hey everybody, Scott from West New York Brews. On this episode of Tuesday Reviews, we're going to take a look at the Thermoworks Smoke, and we're also going to throw in a review of the Pit Boss pellet grill that you see here. So to get started, this is how the Smoke from Thermoworks came to me. I'm going to show you all of the pieces as I pull them out of the box here first.
Now, I've used a bunch of different thermometers in my career smoking. In my smoking, I've used a bunch of different thermometers, as well as in my brewing, I've used a bunch of different thermometers. I've used these dial thermometers, which of course I don't suggest are pretty terrible. I've used Taylors. I've used the wireless Taylors specifically for grilling. I've used Mavericks. I know this one says Remington, but trust me, it's a Maverick. In fact, right on the back it says Maverick. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a Maverick. And I've used them all. The Maverick is the one that I use most often. It is wireless. But if you've seen my Thermopen video, I like Thermoworks a lot. I trust Thermoworks. I know how quickly they get to temperature too. So let's open this up. So again, this is my kitchen. Welcome. Let's take a look. Here's what the box looks like. I'm pretty sure you can see that if you go online. You can see the box or the back of that. So wireless receiver, 300-foot range, dual channel smoke. Uses Pro Series Thermocouples. Getting right into, whoop, cut the cardboard on that one instead of the tape. So getting right into here. All right, so this comes with operating instructions, as well as some meat temperatures. It's a good chart to have. A lot of those things you're just going to want to have memorized. But here's an example of the Pro Series thermocouples. So here's a probe, the 90-degree probe thermocouple. Has right here the cable strain relief. And then just a standard end there, which looks an awful lot like a 1/8 cable, like a headphones cable. A mono one. Comes with two of those. One for the temperature inside the smoker, and then one for the temperature inside the meat. Then it looks like comes with a lanyard. Comes with this right here, which I will show you on my smoker. So then we have our smoke receiver. And we have our smoke transmitter, which has controls for setting temperature alarms on and off. Looks like we have alarm 1, alarm 2, volume, and then backlighting. And batteries included. So this is magnetic right here. And it looks like it could also be a stand. I gotta tell you, compared to the Maverick, even compared to my DigiQ, my barbecue guru, which obviously does other things. Barbecue Guru controls the temperature, but since I have a pellet smoker, I don't need that anymore. This is a really heavy-duty, good-feeling piece of equipment right here. I mean, this is plastic, but this feels substantial. This is a rubberized outside right here. And it looks like our temperature probes go right there, right into the side. So we're going to attach this to the smoker and start smoking something.
So let's start by taking a look at the grill. This is a Pit Boss 700 FB, which I got from Walmart for about $395. It's a pellet grill based on the Traeger models or other pellet grills that you've seen. Those are the pellets that would go in the hopper. I'm filling it with Traeger pellets, cherry wood in this case, for a pork butt. So the grill itself holds a pork butt rather nicely, and it has this section here where you can turn up the flame if you want to make hot dogs or something. So we're closing that up because we're going to smoke, and I'm covering it up in foil so that the drippings overnight don't end up on the plate, they end up in the bucket. Turning it on, you set it to smoke and you leave the grill open. It's going to auger some pellets into the burn pot and start that up. As soon as you see smoke coming out of this, you want to turn it up to the desired temperature. So for this, I'm going to set it to about 225. And you can see, a little shaky, sorry. You can see the smoke thermometer reading both of the two things here. So I'm going to set the alarm. This is the meat thermometer right here. I'm going to set the alarm to 198, 199-ish, so that I don't oversleep the cooking of this meat. Now I'm setting the smoker alarm to about 325. That's 100 degrees over what I actually want to cook at, and then I'm setting the load to 100. The reason why I'm setting an alarm at all on this is because if something happens overnight, I assume that the grill would hit, 400 before it burned down my deck, so I want it to wake me up in the middle of the night. So let's take a look at the placement of these two probes. So the top probe here I have going into the meat. Right now it's not actually in the meat, so it's reading the 70.6 degrees outside. The alarm 2 is on the grill grate. It's using the clip, so it's holding it off of the grate, and as you can see, the temperature is slowly rising as I've closed this, and I prepare for my nighttime of smoking. One of the things I'm going to do is put the Thermoworks Smoke in a plastic bag, just in case it rains tonight. It didn't say it was going to rain, but just in case it does, I don't want it getting wet. So I'm putting it inside of a Ziploc bag, and being a magnet, I can stick it practically anywhere on here that's not going to get too warm overnight. So the next step is this is in my bedroom. I have the remote here going through walls, probably a good 100 feet away in the bedroom, so that overnight tonight, if anything were to happen, I can keep track of the temperature of the meat and the smoker. If the meat goes over 199 degrees, I get woken up. Or if the smoker goes over 325 degrees, I get woken up. So to close out this portion of the review, if you're looking to buy a pellet smoker, I've really enjoyed using this for the past couple of weeks. This is a Pit Boss 700 FB. It doesn't have a chimney, although it has a port for one, so you can see the smoke coming out the sides here. But just like any smoker, you're going to have some great success as long as you know your smoker, you know what it does the best. This is going to keep the temperature for you. So look into this if you're looking at a pellet smoker. Now let's take a look at homebrewing with the smoke. So out to a brew day and using this as a mash thermometer. Now I'm using a step mash on this one, so I'm holding it about what's supposed to be 150. And you can see that this thing is sensitive enough that it's going to jump between 149 and 150 as it happens. I can also keep track with the receiver up to 300 feet away. So you don't have to be right next to your pot the entire time. You can even set alarms. Here is the 12-inch probe that's in there using the included kettle clip. The only problem is the braided cable is pretty stiff, so if you move the receiver around, you might jiggle the actual probe in there. So at only $99, I would get the smoke rather than a chef alarm because I smoke food as well as homebrew, and I can use it for both, and I get the wireless receiver. So check it out at thermoworks.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next review video.